is a dark night, but at this point, you would be used to this. The moon hangs high in a crescent shape, not its usual blue hue, it's a bit more pale. The air is cold, and you can't tell if it's the sign of winter approaching or the winds being blown from the mountains that surround Castle Glow. You are alone.
So, in the privacy of what effectively is his own thoughts, he's going to begin to pray. Those who hope in trials, they will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Trialgos is the everlasting God, the creators of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom. Even youths grow tired and weary, young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in Trialgos will renew their strength. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Trialgos, he is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and he helps me. My heart leaps for joy, and with my song I praise him. Cast your cares on Trialgos, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. Between that line and the next to come, he pauses with his rusted and blood-drenched armor. He wipes a solid line on a skull, which seems to sit lowly and alone on the rock. Perhaps it was someone he knew, or it reminded him of a special place. Come to him, all you who are weary and burdened.
It's after you say this prayer that you hear the sound of what seems to be a carriage moving through the wood. You can see in the distance, not too far away, its shape. It's not very large, and it has a piece of metal that has a lantern hanging off of it, pulled by a singular horse.
Leonhardt would kind of try to stick to the shadows, hoping to close the distance in a safe way as not to alarm any who might be innocent travelers, or to get the drop on any who might be upcoming bandits.
As if on cue, you see something in the distance, almost trailing this carriage. Two figures, hooded within the shadows of the trees. But you're no stranger to this. You can tell from the way that they pace, from the glint of moonlight shining off of their daggers, that these men have ill intent for whoever is unfortunate enough to be alone in the dark forest within the carriage.
In hopes to kind of get the drop on him, he seeks to close the distance towards their rear. It had been many days he'd been in this forest, and in them he had killed many. But none were so important of a death as those he managed to instill fear with them before their ends. Like a creature of the night, using his height and looming shadow as a warning to all.
I would like for you to roll for intimidation.
Intimidation? All right. Dirty 23.
With the 23, you appear almost like a phantom through the brush, cutting off the path that these two bandits, now very clearly before you. They are much shorter than you, and they don't seem to be human. One of them, goblin in nature, another more halfling. And the moment they see you, they both yell in fear before running away. But at the same time, you hear the carriage stop.
I turn my attention to the recently halted movement of the carriage, keeping my distance.
Out of the carriage, the door swings open slightly as a very small staircase rolls out of the carriage, and you see a figure. She is much shorter than you, but her age is one you can't grasp, for she is a turtle. She is dressed in blue robes and clear accessories that align her breast of the moon and stars. A large brimmed hat with a bit of fringe on it, that of a witch's hat. Thin glasses that sit upon her large protrusion of a nose, and thin lips. As she cranes her neck slowly to the left and then to the right, she sees you.
What was that just now, young man?
Bandits.
Oh, dearie.
Well, those who do not frequently travel, they tend to lurk in the shadows.
Well, you do have my solemn gratitude. I would have hated to get this beautiful robe dirty. Is there anything I can do for you?
Is there somewhere you're staying? Perhaps, if you would let me, I would gladly escort you there. I cannot bring myself to leave someone alone in these woods unprotected.
Quite chivalrous indeed. Well, if you wish, come into my carriage. There's plenty of room, trust me.
Yes, ma'am. He would, of course, wait for her to return inside, using his arm as somewhat of a railing to give her any support she might need before following her.
She has a clear jaunt, like almost a pep in her step, that you wouldn't expect from a turtle of her age. Actually, how familiar would you be with turtles? Would you like to roll a history check for that? Or an intelligence check?
I would indeed, though I do not have any plus modifiers. This is luck alone. I know practically nothing. I got a 9.
9. The most you know is that turtles live a very, very, very long time. The number, the number exactly, you can't remember it. She leads you into the carriage, and the carriage itself is incredibly small compared to your size. As you go towards the carriage, you immediately notice that it is much smaller than you are. I would say compared to your height, it would be around close to shoulder length. So you would imagine some difficulty getting into the carriage, having to bend your head. But surprisingly, you enter the carriage and it is much larger on the inside of this carriage. I would say it looks as if the interior of this carriage is like that of a mansion. You see hallways leading left and right, many doors uh, leading to different places, a stairwell, and the faintest scent of cinnamon in the air.
Is something being cooked?
Oh, that would be the tea, dear. Do come, join me.
As you notice, the woman, the turtle woman, has set up a uh, essentially a tea party for two. There are tiny cakes and beautiful this beautiful tea set that she's arranged, and the tea itself smells like a mix of chamomile and cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. Leonhardt, before selecting to sit down or anything of that matter, is going to attempt to analyze the surroundings. While it is unlikely, he has met his fair share of witty enemies who have used even the guise of the elderly who are frail to try and get the better of him.
Uh,
One can never be too safe.
make for me an insight check.
Insight, okay. That is that is the 6.
Uh, all right. All that you see before you is just as it is. You can't tell if there's anything right or wrong. It just is for the time being.
All right, Leonhardt sits down on the wiser. What brought you to these woods, man, if I might ask?
Oh, well, unfortunately, the ingredients I was looking for one of my spells was not available in Roacine. Neither was it available in Manatown, and I believe that has something to do with our glorious queen. So I've gone to the Dark Forest to look for them myself.
I see.
Apologies for not
So you are a
introducing myself.
wizard.
Oh, no, in a matter of speaking, yes. My name is Alma Shellboard.
My name is Leonhardt Holdencross. I am of the Blackwood family.
Not a family I'm
Any,
familiar with. However, I shall keep it to memory.
they are a family would have been forgotten by this time. From your looks, I am certain you have seen plenty in your travels, but I
I
have
have
myself
seen
been
many in my
cursed.
tenure.
And yet still, He goes to reach onto the table to pour the tea for her, still acting out the kindness of his heart for the other night.
Oh my, well, aren't you a sweet one?
She
I was raised properly.
she waves her hand, and you watch as a blue almost like starlight aura begins to envelop one of the tea cakes as it floats over to you.
Do have one. Come, you look rather thin.
It has indeed been a while since I have eaten, though I am not certain I deserve it.
Now, why would you say that? You've saved me from a lot of trouble already.
No matter the good deeds, I cannot atone for my sins. There is no washing the blood that I have on my hands.
I see. Well, that is unfortunate. I guess I will have to have these double chocolate strawberry swirl tea cakes that I spent hours making on my own.
And it slightly moves away from you, but you can still take it.
Leonhardt kind of, from behind his helmet, it's kind of clear to see that he is very famished, but he doesn't make an effort to grab it or anything. He just kind of eyeballs it.
She makes a closing motion with her hand, and the tea cake floats down just a few inches away from your hand.
You are quite an interesting character.
I ask only that you forgive me, sir. It's been a while since I've had any company. I'm not quite sure if the same man beneath his helmet is the one I used to know. And I'm not sure I want to find out either.
Quite interesting. I wonder, how familiar are you with astral readings?
Above table, I just have to say I had to fight the urge to quote Han Solo. Nothing quite as good as a blaster. I'm sorry. Leonhardt kind of turns his gaze towards her. I do not know much. Why?
Well, astral readings is how we practitioners communicate with the stars. Even though Tre Logos has left us, the stars that they have created for us still exist within the night sky, no matter how endless it may seem. It is worth having a conversation at the very least.
And she waves her hand as you watch a set of cards begin to float from different directions before coming together above the middle of the table. It is a pretty large stack of approximately 44 cards.
And these cards, you say they allow you to communicate with them?
Indeed,
With
they
our
do.
God? It might be much to ask, but how would I go about using something like this?
It is quite simple.
She makes a swirling motion with her wrist as the cards begin to shuffle.
All you need to do is pick 4 cards in turn. And I will be...
Will I like what I find?
Perhaps, perhaps not. But I will be the one who may interpret what the stars say within these cards. It is quite eye-opening to some.
And she gives you a very confident smile.
Forgive me if my confidence does not seem in bolsters. Will you do a reading for me?
I would be honored.
And soon enough, the deck floats down towards you and spreads out, the table large enough to fit all 44 within a beautiful arch. So, pick your first card. Roll me a custom D44.
So, let me figure out how to
It's in the roll
do this.
bot. So what you do is exclamation point
Robot.
roll, and then space 1D44.
Which, there.
So at the very bottom of
Exclamation
this channel
point,
list.
space, roll, 1D44.
Oh no,
I feel like I did that wrong.
the space is between the 1D and the roll. It's not between the exclamation and the roll.
Oh, my bad. So, I guess before I roll, Leonhardt kind of takes a moment to eyeball the cards. He reaches over, his hand hesitates for a moment. He's unsure if this is the right move, if he wants to know. He's already suffered so much, lost so many. But in that moment, he knows he has to steel his resolve. For what better way to know if he will succeed and make a difference in this? And so he draws a card. 2.
2. You raise the card. The card you pick up is that of a warrior atop a beautiful steed. The name on the card reads Palace Sanctum. And I will actually send you the images of the cards as they appear. Give me 1 second. Let me grab it from my gallery. I'll keep these in DMs, but
I'm gonna be saving them for safekeeping, so I know for later. So I may pen them or something.
without reading the name, without you even reading the name of the card aloud or showing the card to Alma, she speaks its name.
Palace Sanctum, the Paladin. You are a warrior at heart. I can see it. The battles that you have fought, both upon your homeland soil and upon Sprigonia's. You are a faithful and righteous man.
You walk a path of light and integrity, and yet it is tainted, not by darkness, but by blood.
Inaction is the deepest sin, for only through inaction can you be forced to watch those around you suffer. And to look at that and do nothing. There is no deeper cowardice. Helplessness is just an excuse we make to comfort ourselves in our grief.
You may choose your second card.
Again, there is that brief moment of hesitation, anticipation, and fear. And again, he draws. 36.
36.
God, I'm scared because of what we have planned for him comes in these cards.
36, 36. Where are you, 36? Interesting. You pick up a card, and it seems abstract to you. It depicts that of a strange being made of moons. But the more you look at the symbol, the more the symbol begins to change. You see a face, a crown, and as if in some kind of strange hallucination, you almost begin to see the face of the man you once called your king. The name on the card reads Rex.
So much death because I chose loyalty. I could have saved so many.
This is what the card looks like.
Awesome.
Once again, without reading the name aloud, she speaks its name.
Rex, the king. In your past, you took up arms for the sake of your homeland, for the sake of your king, with the hope to reshape history and protect those you love. That is what the stars tell me, at the very least.
Needless bloodshed by the thousands. There is no God, not good, that would require a holy war.
Or as
We were all fools for the church.
War is quite the ugly thing, is it not? At least from the eyes of mortals.
Hearing her mention mortals kind of makes him nervous, as if he thinks she knows more than she lets on about him. Attempting not to let on, he kind of relaxes his posture in his chair, leans back a bit.
You may choose your next card.
Very well. And with that, he draws the next card. 28. Imagine if it's death.
Oh god. The card you see is that of a black 8-sided star, the center of which you can see an eclipse in the midst of forming. The name of the card reads Opstella, and this card is in reverse.
Opstella, the dark star. It speaks of your darkest hours, your current moments. You have walked a dark path for quite some time. Might I
Into my
ask?
oath I shall never.
Might I ask a personal question?
Leonhardt kind of straightens in his seat. Ask.
When you look at the night sky, what do you see?
And she waves her hand as you watch the roof of the interior of this place completely disappear. You don't even see the trees that would be in the way in the forest. You just see the beautiful night sky.
As he looks, he sees 3 images. The 3 things that once brought him the most joy. And then 3 more as they were twisted away. I see my daughter's innocent eye. She looked so full of youth. She couldn't harm a fly. It wasn't in her nature. My son's smile, he was always so happy and gentle. And though he was not going to be a knight like me, he was always willing to help others. My wife, oh, her long golden hair. Even that of the other maidens were enthralled by it. In the night, I remember we used to dance. No music, just us and the stars, the birds and the crickets. And then the fire. The crops that turned dust. Their wrinkled, rotting faces. And a hole. No casket. Just a hole. Filled with strangers.
You watch as the stars actually move and change into the images of what you describe. The colors of the stars even change with your emotion as Alma puts a hand to her chest.
I see now why you walk the path. but might I offer another perspective?
I cannot stop you.
In times of grief, looking at the sky may bring upon wonderful and disheartening memories. But regardless of that, is it not beautiful to see them made by starlight? Objects
No.
of pure light to guide your way.
All I know is I should have been there with them. But I made a choice.
You cannot change your past, but perhaps you can see your future. Choose your final card.
He breathes in. He's still looking up at the stars. Once he had gotten to see those images, closed his eyes as he drew the next card. He exhaled as he did so, as if trying to envision the three images that once brought him the most comfort. To hold on to them, if only for a brief moment. The number is 26.
26. As you pick up this card, your vision begins to become clouded. And suddenly you are back upon the battlefield. You see your allies begin to fall. You hear the disappointed yelling of your people, your king. And then a fog rolls over. The grass begins to grow, and suddenly you are standing in a field. Sprigonia looks down upon you, her tall form lurching as she offers you her hand.
No.
The mask smiles as the image of her disappears into butterflies. And suddenly you're in a hall of mirrors. You see yourself in different shades. In some reflections, you are happy. You are with your family again. In others, your body is bleeding from your armor out. All of them shatter one by one until suddenly you see something that you don't remember happening. You are in the middle of a much brighter forest, and you're surrounded by strangers you have never met before. You see a half satyr, half tiefling woman. You see a man with long black hair. You see a genasi with beautiful tan skin. And you see a drow with long ears and white hair. And they seem to be joyful at your presence. And all at once you are shunted back, and suddenly you see nothing but the night sky. As this vision fades, it almost forces you to lurch forward slightly. And the card you see is that of two sides, a crown affixed between them perfectly. The name of the card reads Le Finis.
Le Finis. The end.
Those people. They seem so happy. But in this world, is it even possible anymore?
It is. But it is up to you if you wish to see it. Do not be dismayed. The end does not always mean death. But it can mean the end of what's been plaguing you.
And as she waves her hands, you see it for the first time. You always felt it in the way you moved, in the way you acted around other people. But around your wrists, around your ankles, even around your chest, you can feel it, the weight of chains against your body.
I needn't ask the stars for this, for I know in my heart of hearts that you are strong enough to end the chains that bind you. When that will happen, I cannot say. But when it happens, welcome that change with open arms and an even brighter sky.
I will do what I must.
Moving her hands, the cards reshuffle into each other before eventually floating away. She lets out a big yawn.
Oh, my dear. Now, wasn't that something?
It was indeed.
She takes a few sips of her tea.
My goodness, look at the time.
And you can see that there's an actual moon dial that is moving along with the time of the moon. And a rough approximation would be about 3 in the morning.
My, we have been here for hours. I need to get to bed.
And she gets up and
Very
she
well.
dusts herself off.
Do make yourself at home.
And she
Ah.
eventually walks away slightly, moving her little feet.
Knowing Leonhardt, he probably got up just to escort her to her room and help her into bed.
She appreciates it.
After having tucked her in and ensured that she was resting soundly, he would likely begin to understand it was time for him to go. He had yet to complete his vow. He had to keep working, to keep saving as many as he could. It was not his task to punish those who had hurt him or who had hurt those who belonged to him. But it was still his oath to redeem who he could and to help whomever he found in need. Hopes of not waking her. He does what he can to quietly leave.
And as you leave the carriage, you feel slightly lighter as the weight of a single chain leaves you for the first time in years. And that is where we'll end this.
That was good.